Hi, this is Dan Aykroyd. He's progressive. He's beautiful. He's thoughtful. He's intelligent. He's powerful. He's positive. He is Stephen Cuoco on Power 98.5 Satellite Radio.
You're listening to Power 98.5, powered by United Angels Dream, your number one resource for public relations, entertainment, and multimedia. Contact them today at unitedangelsdream.com.
Empowering listeners from the US to the UK. Live on air with Stephen Cuoco.
Well, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, no matter where you are in the world. You are listening to Live on Air with Stephen Cuoco on Power 98.5 Satellite Radio and Biz Talk Radio. All great things, Power 98.5. Download the app. Tune in on Alexa. You can head on over to Power 98.5 Instagram page. It's Power 98.5 Radio. A lot of great things are happening. 2026, I'm telling you, is looking good on all of us, especially my good friend, Mr. Bill Kottkamp. 2026 is serving well, and dishing out all the latest and greatest in news, sports, movies, music, and reality TV. Speaking of music, I did a whole new, I wouldn't say rebrand. Would you guys say rebrand, or would we just say reconfiguration music? I'm adamant. I mean, the horror stories of what independent music artists are going through is unheard of. And I believe just recently it was in the media. Out of all of the radio stations that are out there, whether we think of college, nonprofit, corporate, it was estimated 11, maybe I'm going to just say 11 to 13. I'm going to include mine in there. 11 to 14 radio stations that support independent music artists without the fluff, the corporate nonsense. I mean, you got to figure how many radio stations are out there. 11 to 14 on record. It was in the news. How can that be? Now, there may be more, obviously, college radio, nonprofit. But overall in all, seriously, that is it. So we always have been independent. We've always supported indie music. But now I'm extremely that is my only mission. Yes, I will incorporate, and I have incorporated other mainstream, well-known music artists on the station. But this time, myself and my team, we are on the lookout. We are following on social media. We are paying attention to every unknown artist that I've never heard of before, that I want to know who they are. I need to know. We've been getting emails, we've been getting, messages and suggestions through Instagram DM. It's time. This music's out there. It needs to be heard. Power 98.5 is not the type of station where you're going to hear the same song 35 times in an hour. I'm making sure we have hundreds. I'm not even exaggerating. Make it over 1,000 tracks. I'm out there. I am finding you. I'm going to find your music. I hope you find us. You're getting on the station one way or another. And I'm not even going to tell you what we're playing. I want you to go download the app, get it, listen for free, go to the website, power985.com. You can listen to it on Alexa. We stream live on 9 other free platforms like Streama, Live FM Radio, MyTuner, radio.com, I believe is what now? It's not Streama, it's MyTuner, yeah. So there you have it. There's my morning speech. And a big shout out to my good friend Amir Jaffer, writer, film director, producer, writer. His film Between Places, I have the distinguished pleasure of being a lead in this film. It's huge. I can't wait. Filming is coming up soon. I'm excited. And yeah, you can go to my Instagram, Stephen Cuoco, and I'm telling you, some of the movie posters and the promo that the marketing team has already put together. But once we get filming, that's where we're going to get all the raw material of what we're going to be officially having for media and promotional purposes. With that, it's been a while, but not too long, but I'm extremely happy we're already in 2026, but being here. I'm not going to say I'm not a little bit rusty. I took a long vacation. A lot's been going on right now. We've been replaying a lot of the other episodes, but I'm extremely happy. Bill Kottkamp, he is an actor. He's a comedian. He has a show called Going Dutch. It's got Dennis Leary in it. Bill's going to talk about everything that's going on with him. You can head on over to his Instagram, Bill Kottkamp, BillKottkamp. It's phenomenal. It looks phenomenal. Everything he does is phenomenal. It's energy. It's got that good feeling, that good vibe to it. And it makes you feel good. He doesn't make you feel like crap, like what's out there. Everything's is like very it's overly dramatic, and we don't want drama. We want feel good, and that's what Bill offers us. Right, Bill? You're all about feel good.
Hey, yeah, I love to feel good.
Well, your Instagram speaks for itself. Your work speaks for itself. Where do you want to begin? Because you've got a lot going on.
We could start at stand up.
Yes, hey.
I started stand up first. Well, I started improv first, but not in a professional capacity.
No, but you know what we can do? You have, let's see, can we air this? Here we go. Oh, no, it's not going to come up, is it?
No.
Okay.
That's an old joke. Anyway. I'd have it up because it's got a lot of views.
It's still very good. So where does your inspiration come from? Like, have you always done this? What is a bit about your back end story that maybe most don't know?
For comedy?
For comedy, yeah.
I started doing I did stand up for the first time as a joke. Me and my friend were doing like a character that we thought was funny. And he didn't join me. He just wrote it with me, and I did it on stage, and they were like, okay. Yeah, you're booked at the club in 3 weeks. And I was like, what the heck? We were trying to prank you, man. We thought you were going to hate this.
And then what happened?
We sold out the club. My first show, because I was in high school. So everybody's like, whoa, new comedy club in Claremont. Let's go see Bill perform stand-up. Because I was already doing improv in my high school and theater and stuff like that. So everybody came and saw it. And it was really funny. It was really fun. I still have the tape on my Facebook. I don't know if it's private or not, though. It's probably private. I should put it out.
Put it out. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, pretty insane to have a clip of me at 16 or 17 doing a crazy character.
Well, you're still young yet anyway, aren't you?
No, I'm 32.
You don't even look it.
Yeah, I look young. I keep getting ID'd and the people are shocked.
You could play a college kid. If they ever did an American Pie remake, you'd be perfect for it.
Yeah, they better. I better hit them up.
No, seriously.
Better hit the American Pie team.
Even if you do a skit, Bill, come on. I mean, give casting an idea, plant the seed. They're doing a lot of remakes anyway. Why not?
I want to remake Mrs. Robinson.
Oh, do you? Why?
Yeah, it would be a good one. Is that a movie called Mrs. Robinson, or is it? Yeah, no, The Graduate.
Okay.
I want to redo The Graduate. That's right. It's the song is Mrs. Robinson. The movie's The Graduate.
You can call it Mrs. Robinson.
Yeah. Mostly so I can hook up with an older actress. I won't say which one. I don't want to suggest my fantasies into the world.
Oh.
Not mostly. I mean, it would also be cool to be in a movie, but
a couple names and faces came to my mind. I don't know, in a weird way. I think you would be exceptional for just to see where it could go. Amanda Seyfried.
Oh yeah, but is she old enough? She's pretty young looking.
She's young, but she's very seasoned. I really think that the chemistry, the energy of you guys could work well.
Yeah, I'll see if she's available. Yeah, I'll have my people call her.
What?
as if that'd be cool.
Well, she's been doing a lot of. Yeah, she's been doing a lot of serious roles, but she has a side to her that I don't know if you want to call it comedy or comedic, but yeah, I'm being serious. It would make sense to me to see you and Amanda Seyfried co-star in something together.
Yeah, that would be cool. She's awesome. She's very talented.
So I gotta ask. Cool. When you look at the architecture of your comedy, what emotional truth sits at the foundation of your work that audiences rarely recognize?
I think confidence in things that generally people demean themselves for. Mm. I think I bring up a lot of topics that generally a comic would be like, I like this. And it's kind of lame that I like this. But I'm like, lately every week of my set, I keep really grinding out this set where I'm just like, why I love roller coasters so much and how cool it is that I love roller coasters. And that, I like other things about it where like, that's like one I like a lot because it's kind of harmless version of the joke that normally is a little dirtier. Mm-hmm. Normally it's always been about like awkward sex things. And I joke that I love, I joke that how much I love dry humping.
Oh.
And how cool it is. How cool it is to dry hump and that once you have sex, like something is lost.
I'm processing. I was just processing that because you know what? I like this. You're keeping me on my toes because I don't know if you're going to end up coming out with a joke or if you're going to. I appreciate you.
I've always, when I was a kid in high school, I'd always watch like comedians do interviews. And I was like, I never want to be a comedian who does interviews and is joking the whole time.
No, but I have to say,
I never liked character interviews.
When we think about Richard Pryor, Eddie Murphy, Rodney Dangerfield, a lot of those people, did any of them play an influence on you at all, Bill?
No.
Who was your go-to?
The only stand-up I watched growing up was on late night, so I didn't really have a favorite stand-up growing up, honestly.
Oh, really?
No, I liked SNL and like internet comedy. Okay. So like stand-up was never really a big influence to me. I just did it. Like I said, I started as a prank. Like I didn't mean to do it. I thought I was just going to grind out to SNL and then like I quit improv instead. And I've only done stand up for the past, 7, 8 years now. Stand up's just more fun. You get to be the star.
And you get to travel.
I don't travel, but you do get to travel once you work hard at it. I've always been satisfied just doing like one show a week because I just love it. And I'm working as an actor. So I don't really have to like feel like I need to prove myself in the world of stand-up. Like I don't feel like I've always used an old person's game where I'm like, I could be 40, I could be 50, and that's when I pop off. So it doesn't really matter that I grind right now because I don't want to.
I get it. I appreciate
I do what
that.
I want.
Yeah. And it works.
I was doing music and like internet and all that kind of stuff. So it's really just right now that it's really right now that I've finally been like, no, stand-up is what I want to lock in on right now. And I've had other years like that. Like, it's not like I've never done this before. I've had other years where I really was like focused on stand-up, but this year I'm back focused on stand-up.
You never did the Vegas scene.
And no, I have friends out in Vegas, but I would have to do I would probably do like alt shows if I was in Vegas. Like I'd do like the, old Vegas kind of clubs, which would be cool. I mean, they seem cool. The dry humping joke is funnier. I kind of explained the dry humping joke anyway.
It works.
It's a I go, anybody in a dry humping there? They call it dry humping, but somebody's getting wet. Haha, it's me. It's pre-cum. I love that joke.
I like it too, because you
I
caught me
love
off
jokes
guard.
like that. Yeah, I love jokes like that are like, I guess it's like a one-liner almost, because it lets you move forward in your other jokes. It like keeps you going. They're like little crackheads. Anyway.
I guess you could say it just reminds me of, how we are as young boys, or, growing up and going through puberty phase. That's like the first image that came to my mind when you brought that up, to be quite honest.
Oh yeah, for sure. I did. Yeah, I used to say like bringing it back to 8th grade, stuff like that.
Yeah. I was like, I wasn't too sure. Do I want to go here? Do I want to share? Do I want to add anything to that? So it didn't make me uncomfortable.
How good dry humping is. Well, one time I had a girlfriend, and the best time we ever had was when we didn't have sex. Like, that was like my favorite. That's awesome. That's like the best memory.
But I'm assuming like kids still do that. I would think, Bill, you just don't jump right into sex. I mean, a lot of times, my friends and I, the first time to test the waters was dry humping. Yeah.
Well, and, to be honest, sometimes if a girl wants to skip ahead on the first night, I feel a little pressured. Like, now I feel like I have to, and I don't know if I want to, but I can't. That's something to me won't let me say no anymore.
In an odd way, and I mean this with sincerity, you opened up several doors, not only to my past and several memories and experiences, I'm going to say, that popped up in a memory in my head that no one has ever prompted for me to remember when I was 6, 7, and 8 years old, the way you just did.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Hey, we're going back.
And I'm not accustomed to becoming vulnerable, and I felt vulnerable in that moment. That's why you got to pause.
Yeah. Nobody talks about that kind of thing. They think it's lame.
No, I
think it's cool.
In today's day and age, Bill, something as innocent, really is, I consider it to be innocent like that, could turn it into a TMZ moment, and it's like, now what?
What do you mean, a TMZ moment? Like saying dry humping is cool?
Yeah, talking about dry humping and Bill said he did this, and Steven said, yeah, he had a stuffed animal and he tried out on whatever it is. Oh, Bill.
No, I said it was only one person, but realistically, when I really think about it, it's like every single time. Like, that's the best time of the relationship. Tension, when there's tension. Good times.
I like where this is going. It's what, as I said in the beginning, feel good. It's that feel good.
Yeah, I'm very happy person overall.
I got to ask, how do you balance the instinct to disrupt expectations with the responsibility of shaping how people interpret humor in a rapidly shifting cultural landscape?
I think that what I kind of found as like my light is like, I want to like equally shock everyone, which generally means not doing things like the dry humping or doing things like other things that are like weird, like that are off kilter to just like the general norm versus like one side's opinion. You know what I mean? Like, it's not that I never do jokes that are kind of attacking the right. I just do them in a different way, I'd say, like, where it's not, I'd like to be subversive. I don't like to be direct. If I'm going to do that, I don't like to say like exactly what I'm saying, because I don't think that works anyway. I think that just makes people mad on that side, and then it makes people like laugh on your side, but you don't gain anything. So if I'm going to help people, you have to be subversive. You can't be direct. I think that's the lost art form of propaganda. It's subversion.
I appreciate how intellectual you are. You surprised me, and it goes back to, our conversation that we had privately. Really are an exceptionally intuitive and responsive and insightful person. Have you always leaned into that, Bill, or is it something that just comes out when it comes out? You don't try to control anything about yourself or your personality?
I think it just comes out when it comes out. I think that it's brought out by conversation. I think in my art, I specifically don't make it seem like I'm like that. In my stand-up, I make it seem like I'm kind of dumb. Just 'cause I think it's funny. Like, I even have like an accent. Somebody was telling me on Saturday, they're like, "You have an accent on stage." And I'm like, "Yeah, I know." It's like kind of like I'm doing a kind of a character still when I'm on stage. Like, I don't know how to be myself on stage and be as funny as I want to be. Because myself is a lot more nuanced and not as polar as a character can be. And it's a shield. It's like a shield to be like, I'm the character on stage a little bit. I'm like the Bill Cock. I'm like the chill. I'm Chill Trill Bill on stage still, technically, even though I don't call myself that anymore. I'm also honest on stage. Like, I talk about my family. No, I'm trying to lean into that because that's the only kind of comedy only you can do. That's like the best kind of stuff I've really leaned into is, talking about stuff that I actually like and stuff my family used to do. I want to do a special where my whole family is watching.
You should.
Because my first stand-up special, I have my dad at on YouTube.
How are they? How receptive are they about this?
They told me to do comedy. Everybody told me to do comedy in high school. Everybody told me to like go to Hollywood and start trying to work in Hollywood. Like, it was like even my principal. I remember my principal was like, "Bill's really funny. They should get into TV." And I told my mom. My mom like loves this. I told my mom, I was like, "That he's kind of like a bad principal. He shouldn't tell me to do that. That's like dangerous. That's like a bad idea to tell your student like, yeah, go do TV." But he was right. He wasn't wrong. It was literally like the clerk, whatever, at my high school was like writing in your yearbook, like, "See you on TV. See you on." Everybody was like, "See you, you're gonna be famous." I was like, "What?" I was like, "This was kind of crazy." I wasn't doing anything. I mean, I guess I did stand up already, so that probably was why everybody said that.
Have you ever gotten?
I was way.
Go ahead. No,
What?
You were what?
Oh, I was like super ambitious right out of high school, so I mean, I guess that makes sense.
But I'm assuming
I
you
was
had
first
to have
easy.
known what you were going to do even after high school, right?
Oh yeah, like I already put in like my high school like whatever newspaper that I was gonna go to Upright Citizens Brigade and start training as my college. Like, because I went to community college because I was just gonna focus on acting or focus on comedy at the time. Focus on trying to like do SNL or whatever the heck I could do. Yeah. I saw Marty Supreme when I was like, I wasn't as reckless as that, but that's what it felt like. I immediately was entering like adult spaces and doing improv with adults and, skipping the college experience. After high school, I didn't hang out with my peers until, they all moved to LA. That was the next time I hung out with people my age. So it took like 5-6 years before I was hanging out with people my age again. Which, was tough. It wasn't the best. But it was fun. I mean, they were crazy. They wanted to give me their drugs. They thought I was too innocent. So that was kind of lame. They were all doing Molly. I would have done some Molly back then. I don't do it now. I only smoke weed now.
But you didn't need weed for this, though. Just your tea.
For what?
For an interview.
Yeah, for this. No, I don't do weed in the morning. Weed's a social thing. Weed's like a fun thing. I don't want to use it. Like, I don't like. It makes me paranoid if I'm just like at my house and I smoke weed.
It's got to have purpose, right?
Yeah, it's got to have purpose. It can't just be a thing that I want to. Then it just starts to be your normal state. And then it was this purpose.
Isn't it insane how people are? I guess functioning addicts, or I don't know if you would call someone who smokes pot every day that, but it's strange how somebody can really function every day smoking pot all day long. I mean, I had a neighbor one time when I was living in a city, and he literally smoked every day all day, and he was like 24, 23, 24. He was a barber.
Yeah.
And it was crazy.
That's one of the best times I do it, you know. I used to smoke a lot more, but I don't know if I would ever smoke all day, every day. Like I like, there definitely were days, like weekend days, where I would smoke all day, but not every day. Because I would always wait till like after I'd done stuff for the day. Because then it's better. It's better once you start after 5. You know, if it's 5 o'clock somewhere, vibes. Yeah. I only really started smoking too much like the year it became legal, and I came home from a job in New York, and I was like depressed because the job was over, and I was back. The Good Cop on Netflix, still on Netflix. Rest in peace to Isaiah Whitlock. He was great in it. I have a scene with him. I should post it. I never posted, and I felt bad, and then I felt like it was too long. But I guess it's never too long to make a memorial post.
No, I think you should.
Yeah, it's sad. I wanted to go to Millie's. He loved Millie's Cafe. He'd always bring it up. Every time he talked about LA, Isaiah Whitlock would always be like, "Have you been to Millie's?" I feel like, yeah, Isaiah. He's like, "I love Millie's." I was like, yeah, Isaiah. Yeah, awesome. I know that you love Millie's, which is so funny because it's like the most old guy thing to do, to just be like, "Have you been to this diner? Don't you? I love this diner." Like, that's my favorite thing in LA. It's this diner in Silver Lake. And just, that was the only thing he'd ever say about LA. And Millie is good. I'm not gonna, you know, I've only had it like twice. Yeah, I was gonna try to text Josh Groves and Monica and see if they wanted to go to Millie's. But I never did because I'm shy.
I'll pull the curtain away from your face and make it happen.
Okay. Yeah. Long time I've been acting now. It's 13 years now. I think this is my 13th. I'll be doing, this will be me completing my 14th once this year's done. Yeah.
Have you ever been?
I have a weekly.
What's that?
Oh, you go. You ask a new question.
No, I was going to say, have you ever been compared? I hope it's not cliche to ask, but Napoleon Dynamite.
Yeah, when I used to wear glasses a lot. Yeah, not anymore now that I don't wear glasses and I look better. Now that I look hot, it almost never happened. I got compared to Lyle Menendez, the actor who played Lyle Menendez the other night, by some random guy.
Are you serious?
Yeah, he was like, "You look like Lyle Menendez." And I was like, "Huh?" Maybe he was joking. Maybe he was just trying to gas me up. But yeah, now that I work out and I have short hair, nobody ever says I look like Napoleon Dynamite anymore. It hasn't happened in a long time. Everything in my life is better now that I'm hot. I don't know if I'm that hot, but I'm hotter. Made my whole life, believe the hype, get fit. It does wonders for your life.
It definitely for yourself.
I've always wanted to get fit.
Yeah. How do you feel about yourself?
How do I feel about myself?
Yeah, when you take your shirt off and see yourself fit.
It's like instant. It's an instant mood booster. You're just like, wow, I look good right now. I look good. Every time you walk by the mirror, you're like, damn, I like that. That's better. Like when I had the long crazy hair, like in my early career, like I'd always see photos of myself from like behind, and I'd cringe at myself. And I kept it for so long. So I was like, this is how I look. I have to keep this hair. Like, this is my job. Like, my job is looking like this person. And then I just got sick of that. I stopped. I didn't book something for I feel like maybe the strike or something made me cut it. I don't know. I was cutting it intermittently, and then I was like, I'm just gonna stick with short after going Dutch because they cut my hair for the army. The army sitcom.
It looks good.
Yeah, it's really funny. Yeah. Joel Church Cooper created and show runs it with Hillary Winston. And it was just a really good time over there. They've created a good thing, and hopefully they get a lot of seasons and that they invite me back for more of them. I keep telling my family, I'm like, the show has to get renewed and I have to get invited back. It's not enough.
What I appreciate is on your Instagram back on January 22nd, you posted a clip, and there's something about that clip that I truly appreciate, where you constantly surprise me in a good way every time, even doing this interview, even when we first spoke. You're controlled. It's almost as though you were able to, or not though, like you had taken whatever it was that you learned, that you interpreted about that scene, just in general, to watch that video clip. There's a sophistication to how you deliver reality and how you see it and feel it inside of yourself. It's really, you're an extraordinary person, Bill. You really are, in more ways than one. You may at times, have your own direction and being in a dimension that most people may or may not understand or know how to sit in with you, but you really are incredible.
Thank you. Yeah, I've always loved being funny. It's kind of always felt like that. So I think I'm so confident because I've always gotten a good response from the world, luckily. I've never had an era where I was like figuring it out.
What you show up as you. Yeah, good. As long as it's...
My dad made me do humiliation rituals as a kid. So not literally, I just say that. So that's funny to say that. He would have us do like hog calling at the fair every year. So we'd have to go and get in the mud and call pigs over to us, and whoever could get the pig closest to the ring like won, like first place. And so you have to just like get in the dirt and just be like, come here, pig, come here. And we were actually like on Howie Mandel's show, like his early talk show for it back in the 90s. I love pulling up that clip when I've been dating somebody for a little bit and I go, look at this weird clip of me as a child on TV. It's an exclusive on my laptop. Better upload that to the cloud, but I don't think it's online anymore. I gotta get on Howie's podcast so I can tell him.
Definitely. You have to.
I gotta figure out how to get on Howie's podcast. I could be like, hey, look at this, Howie. I roasted your ass. I didn't roast him. He just says, he goes like, who's your youngest? Bill, you can call the pigs, huh? And I look at him and I go, what? And he's like, and he like gets a laugh. And like I'm obviously probably was just a kid and didn't know what was going on. But in my mind, I'm like, I still do that kind of joke where somebody will ask me something and I'll say what to them as if I don't know what they're saying. And I think it's funny still. So I think I was doing my style of disinterest to something happening, but it's not. It's just I'm a child. But it feels like that. I don't think that joke. I always try to explain to somebody why that's me roasting him, and nobody ever gets it when I try to explain it. But in my mind, I'm like, no, I did that on purpose. I feel like I'm connected to my younger self.
It's the best place to be.
Yeah. And I had the best rub of it because my sisters had to go to like set school and I just got to like eat donuts in the green room because I was like 4. I like very vaguely remember it, but I remember that we got to eat donuts. And guess what? On set, you still get to eat. I'm still eating donuts. I had 6 years where I thought I was gluten free and I wasn't eating donuts, but I'm back. I'm back, baby. I'm eating donuts again.
Oh. Which, this segues into this perfect question I have for you, what you saying that, Bill. What is the most sophisticated idea you've ever tried to translate into comedy, and how do you define it without losing its depth?
Interesting. Hmm. I don't know. I guess I used to do a joke about. Um, I used to do a joke about like iPhones and saying like and saying nobody no like still today nobody cares about slavery because if they did they would come up and smash their iPhone for me right now. Because I remember learning about how like all the iPhones are made by like whatever mining minerals in like the Congo and stuff like that and stuff like that. So I would talk about that and I'd be like people always ask. I think I started off by saying people always ask the question like, what would you do? Like, what would you do if you were back then and slavery was happening? I'm like, well, look in the mirror. You can decide. You can do it right now. It's still happening. These iPhones, man. Somebody come up here and smash their iPhone. And back then, I imagined that one day I would get somebody to do it, but I didn't keep doing that joke. It's been a long time since I tried that joke out. That's my favorite part about jokes too. Is I still think that joke's funny. Like if I was really in a pinch, I can still try it out again.
You can get away with it too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the way I do it is kind of makes it good, but I don't do that kind of thing right now. Oh, I try not to. I don't know. It's not that I try not to do that. Sophisticated, though. Is that sophisticated? I don't know if that's sophisticated. I got to do some sophisticated. I got to figure out some sophisticated stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I got to talk about the facts of life. That's just the facts, baby.
That's right.
I tried that as a catchphrase when I was like in my 20s, and there's one guy out there who still, every time he sees me, he's always like, he says it to me as if it's still my catchphrase. Because he loved it so much. I want to do a character who says that. They just say that's just the facts, baby, all the time. I think catchphrases are awesome.
You can trademark it just like Matthew McConaughey trademarked "all right, all right, all right."
Oh, he did? That's sick. Yeah, I got to come up with a catchphrase that's not hell yeah. I say hell yeah on stage like a lot, and I didn't realize it. And then the audience I have a weekly show in Santa Monica called Santa Monica Comedy Nights at a kava bar called Kavahana. So it's like a non-alcoholic drink that is cool and feels good. They serve kava nectar, but at the show, like I've had like the regular audience enough where now they're like, we love it when you say hell yeah. And I'm like, okay, cool. I'll say it more. It's kind of like my buffer. It's kind of like my buffer word when I'm doing a set. It's a very Californian character I do on stage. The first time I went to New York, somebody was like, are you doing like a California character? And I was like, no, I'm just like from California. And this is what comes out when I do stand-up. Maybe one day I'll be known as the most Californian stand-up, I dream.
Oh, you got a huge career ahead of you. It's so undetermined, Bill, in a way where it is determined, but you're the type of person that you will fall in the right place at the right time, even if it's in the most unexpected way. You're just that kind of human being.
That's cool. Yeah, I kind of just go by what I think is going to work, and sometimes it does. I just keep trying, though. I keep doing stuff. I was playing piano for like 5 years. I was playing piano and guitar for 5 years, but now I'm back. Bill's back. I still play piano and guitar. It's just like I'm back focusing on comedy again.
Yeah, you need a new video on Instagram to pin what you playing the piano, because the last one was back on March 23rd, 2020.
Yeah, I just put it back up because I met some musicians and I wanted if they saw my profile to see that I'm good at see my piano video. I shouldn't have that pinned right now. That's irresponsible of me. But nobody watches. I guess I watch pinned videos, but
I watch them too.
My whole thing is like, yeah, people look at it for sure. That's why I got to get a new clip that goes viral so I can get rid of that J.K. Rowling clip. That joke's old. Kind of like a topical joke. So it's kind of hacky to have it on my page still, honestly, but it's viral, so I have it in there anymore. So I don't want to put those jokes up. Those jokes went viral a few times. Well, I'm not non-binary right now. I won't say anymore.
What does that mean? Refresh my memory.
It's when you don't want to it's like when you don't really want to associate with either gender. You don't feel like it.
So it's like being asexual.
Nah, yeah, I guess so for gender. Yeah, I used to be more trans. I used to be like she they for like I was in the closet as that for a long time. Then I came out in 2019, and I was like, I don't like this, and I
Really?
became non-binary. Well, I did like it, but I didn't like the attention it brought, and I just feel more comfortable, kind of like just floating through the world without having to think about people looking at me. And I also didn't like wearing like feminine clothing. Like I liked wearing my like tracksuits and those kind of things.
Mm-hmm.
And those were how I expressed myself. But then like once I came out, I felt like I had to start wearing women's clothing, and I didn't like that. Like women traditional women's clothing, and I was like I didn't like that. But then like if you don't wear that, nobody knows. You know what I mean? Nobody knows. Like that's like the marker. That's like the societal marker for it. Especially if you're a guy. Like if you're trying to transition into whatever. Like if you're just like okay, if you just say it, it's almost not enough. Like you almost have to like put on the costume for people to believe you. And I don't like that it was closed, so I didn't keep doing it. And now I'm a guy.
Have you always seen yourself as a man?
No. I haven't for 13 years.
Really?
Yeah, I never was a man. I never saw myself as a man. I was a teenager, and even then, I was like a little, like not a man. I wasn't like looking forward to being a man or anything like that. Like I didn't look to men at all. I think I was really non-binary in high school, honestly. Like if that had been a word that existed, like I remember thinking I was like bi gender back then a little bit. Like I was like both because I had like women's jackets. I had like a lot of women's jackets. I still do. I mean, I still have them. I just don't wear them all the time anymore. But yeah, most of my jackets are women's jackets. That was kind of how I did it back then. So I would just buy women's jackets and wear tracksuits. And it's funny back then. I got when I was dressing as myself and what I wanted to wear, I actually got clocked correctly a lot more by like workers or like people who would see me and my ex-girlfriend and they'd be like, oh, ladies. And then they'd see me again. Like they do a double take on me being like, oh, sorry. And we'd always joke. We'd be like, no, like to ourselves, we joke like, oh, they got it right the first time. Yeah, but now I'm all man. Now I'm 160 pounds of man, baby. Now I'm all man.
Yeah,
We'll see how long that lasts, but
you look fantastic. I'm going to tell you, I would not have ever thought that that would have been an experience or something that was part of your life, because you give this reality of knowing who you are and being confident in who you are. And as I'm processing and just going over what was just shared in the last several minutes, I believe that that's something that's always been about you. And it's unfortunate that there needs to be an identification attached to it.
Yeah. And it's not, I think maybe one day I'll go back to saying I'm non-binary more, whatever. Like, I don't think, I just think it's like a word people don't like right now. And especially in the country right now, I don't really want to identify with anything like that because it's dangerous, frankly. And they're going to start putting us all in camps one day, potentially trans people. So I don't really want to be put in a camp when that happens. So I'm not joking either. Like I do think that could happen. So I'm not, they just got rid of the Kansas people's licenses. So the trans people, the trans women and men in Kansas just have their licenses stripped. So, I never got it on my passport. I was like, I'm not doing that. I'm not getting this on my passport because not every country loves this thing. Mm-hmm. Not every country loves this whole idea of you can be whoever you want. So I never put it on my passport. I never put it anywhere. And now I'm all guy. it's not coping though. I literally do feel like a guy. Like I'm not doing it to avoid something. Like it's like a natural progression. I wouldn't do it if I wasn't feeling it. I wouldn't do it just to hide. But it's also weird because now I can talk about it more candidly. Like when I was feeling like I was that and I had all those feelings, it was harder for me to talk about. And now that I feel more like a guy, it's easier for me to talk about.
That makes sense.
Yeah, now that it's like a past thing, I'm like, oh, it was like this and it felt like this. And like, I don't feel as like tender or vulnerable about it. And I have to make sure I tiptoe, like I walk the line very carefully to like not be offensive to the identity overall, just to explain how, my identity changed. Because it's allowed. A lot of people don't know this. It's allowed. You don't have to say the same thing.
I'm going to be honest. I would miss the version of you of what has been programmed in my mind, your look, your feel, your vibe, all of that. However, what you just shared, it makes sense that if you were to ever allow that identity, a different version of Bill, that version of Bill or whatever name may have you, that's another, another person inside of you, which is real. We all have it. I like to say everyone is schizophrenic. We all have more than one personality. Yeah. We really do. We all have more than one emotion. You can't be the same person with every single emotion. That's unrealistic. I would for sure miss this version in a sense to where this is the superstar that I got to know, but I also welcome another version of truth and version of reality of who you are, and find out what would that person be like. And maybe that person would be even more powerful.
They're gone now. Now it's me. That model's old. That's my old model.
There won't ever be a new one.
This is the new model. No, there will be one day, but right now this is the model.
Well, you've mastered it.
This is the role I'm playing right now. And it's me. I'm not faking it. Like every time I tell people this, like when I've told people, they always want to go like, oh, so should I do they, them? And I'm like, no, you're not listening to me. Like, I don't want that anymore. Like, I'm telling you, like, I don't. You know what really triggered it was I watched another stand-up special and they said, you're not allowed to go back. You're not allowed to go back. And I was like, I think part of my brain was like, yeah, I fucking am. I can do whatever the hell I want.
That's true.
Because I'd already been thinking about it for a while. Where I was like, no, like I do feel like a guy again right now. Like I do feel more masculine. I do feel all these things that I've never really felt before. Which is so weird to say. I'm like a trans man now. I'm learning how to do it. Because mentally, I haven't been here. I've never been here. I've always communicated to people through this wall of like, you don't really know me. You can't really see me right now. And you can't. Most people can't do that. Like most people, I don't think anybody can, honestly. And that's my experience. You know what I mean? I've had people, say to my face, like, oh, I'm supposed to call you that. Oh, I'm supposed to, like, right. Oh, you're this. Oh, right. I have to do this. And I told people now that I'm a guy, they're like, oh, thank God. Oh, thank God. I don't have to deal with that anymore. I'm like, okay, very cool to know that. And I don't take offense to it, really. I don't really care. Like, my whole thing has always been like, I can't control my identity to other people. I don't get that privilege of like, I can choose who I hang out with. I can choose to be around people who see who I am, but I can't control what other people see. I can't control that kind of thing. That's just what they see. Like, that's just what they just as much as somebody can't control how I identify, I can't control how somebody identifies me. I can try, I can spin, I can hire a PR person to try to convince people that I've never done that. Yeah, I'm happy though that I've remained under the radar so I could grow and change and not feel locked down by anything and still made a living as an entertainer. Because being 32 is like a lot better than being 25.
It is easier, isn't it?
It's awesome. I'm just like, wow, this is great. Like, I go places and I like know people who've like, they grinded in a different way. They grinded stand up or they grinded improv or they grinded sketch comedy and now their whole careers are doing good and my career's, doing good. And you can go and see them in their space. And, like I used to be afraid to like go to the Comedy Store and stuff like that. But now I've gone to the mic there a few times or just to hang out a few times. And I'm like, oh, I know the paid regulars. I know all these people now because I'm older and I grew up at the same time as them in the scene, So like, even though I wasn't doing stand up there, like I still know comics who perform there and stuff like that. And so like, even if I'm not, a regular at the store or even somebody who performs at the store at all, like I still know people there and that feels cool. Or like the clubs or whatever. Like I don't go a lot, but it's cool that I can go. It's cool that I know people. It's just fun, and it's a high school, and it seems like a high school industry. You just know people. But yeah, I have two stand-up specials out. Actually, I was going to bring up the other one. I have one stand-up special that was a musical comedy special. I didn't end up promoting very much because the pandemic kind of ruined my whole marketing angle for it.
But you've bounced
It actually
back.
highlighted it and made it better. It made it better, but I didn't see that. I couldn't see that from where I was because I was so mad that everybody started doing outdoor stand-up. What'd you say? You could see
No, I
that?
was like, you bounced back though.
Oh yeah, I did. I waited long enough, and luckily I had the saving throw of booking Going Dutch. But I didn't need it. I was gonna keep going regardless. I was gonna start doing music stuff again. I go to a music mic every other Tuesday. That's pretty fun. They like me there. I have good friends there. Maybe one day I'll do classical music. That'll be like my final phase.
I better get a front row ticket.
Yeah, hopefully. I'm trying to do it, I've been doing it forever. I've been doing it for 6 years now. I haven't been doing it forever, technically. I'm in my bag for real right now. I only said that because I have a vision board that says that. I just made a vision board on Sunday at like a journaling event in like a park. And I made a vision board that says shining like a beetle in my bag for real because it has like a sticker of a beetle on it. And I had like the best week ever last week. It was awesome. My life's like way different right now. I feel like I stepped into a portal and I'm like a different person. Like it's literally that significant. The difference in how my life is right now and how I move through the world right now. It's like crazy. I keep having these really surreal moments where I'm just like, this is so weird. Like even, like it's like with how people talk to me, like how guys talk to me, how girls talk to me. It's like completely different. It's like it's like night and day. It's like insane. And it has nothing. Maybe it has to do with the TV show in the sense that like I'm on a TV show, so my confidence is a little higher. But I don't think that's it. I don't think that has anything to do with it. I think it has to. I think I went to Ireland and I became a man. I did a manhood ritual with this Icelandic guy. And it wasn't even supposed to be that, It wasn't like formal or anything. He wasn't like, I'm going to make you a man or anything. It just happened. Because he took me. We would do the sauna and the cold plunge. We would jump into the Icelandic Sea, and we'd go into the sauna, and he'd make me, stay for the 15 minutes or whatever, and we'd talk about shit, and we'd like talk about things I'd never talked about with guys, just like hooking up and that kind of stuff. Like I just would avoid that. I would avoid that when I was younger. And like, I don't know. I think it changed something. I think it changed something in me. Or like when I'd hang out with him, I'd be like, well, I am a guy. I am this. It's fine that I'm this. Maybe there was some shame,
You believe that?
Yeah, I think so. I think there was some shame around that part of my identity that I didn't want to associate with. And just like, having sexual attraction as a guy can feel shameful. I even read whole articles about like how like men aren't allowed to sexualize their own bodies and how damaging that is for them. I mean, gay guys are, but I think gay guys got that pretty good down, but straight guys aren't. I was bi, but I'm not bi right now. I made a choice. I did make a choice. I did that joke on stage yesterday, and it was really funny. Yeah, I gotta grind now. This year's about being really confident and acting like everything's gonna work out, even though the world's not necessarily reflecting that for most people. But it feels like everybody's kind of having a good year, like independently, weirdly. Do you feel that?
I appreciate the question. I do. It's almost like like flipping a pancake or a French toast or grilled cheese or something. It's one side seems to be perfect, but yet the other side seems to be kind of burnt. And I'm looking at my life that's like a grilled cheese right now and wondering, do I want to make a new one and have both sides even, or do I just want to burn the other side and just say, fuck it?
Right. Yeah, it kind of feels like that. I'm just like, part of me has been going out and living so much just because I feel like I think it's like I've been thinking this lately, like where it's like it's almost like propaganda to say like, oh, the world's ending, because then you start living kind of like recklessly. Like it breeds something out in all of us. We're kind of living this hyper excited, hyper normalization is what it's called. When like a culture is starting to shake and rattle, is that everybody kind of goes into like hyper normalization. It happened in Russia. That's when it started with that term. I feel like I'm experiencing that for sure. In the face of the tragedies of the world, where I'm like, no, I'm really leaning into like things that feel normal and good.
I'm glad you brought that up because you hit the box of nails through the board with one hammer swing on Not Build. Because that's where the world is at right now. I'm having a wow moment from that. So thank you for the question and the reflection, because I'm seeing it, I'm feeling it and it's nice because I'm having this added layer of connection with you of like an aha moment, a realization like, wow, I know I'm not alone, but I feel alone, yet I am alone. But now sitting here with you with this, it's like, oh, okay, we may not be physically together, but I know with you being over 2,000 miles away, we're going through the same thing, yet many other people are going through the same thing. But yeah, I still feel by myself.
I think a lot of people feel really freaked out and scared, and they just aren't saying it all the time because it's too much. There's no control over it. So instead you choose, the other option, which is like extreme joy and delusion. I don't know if everybody's choosing that, but I'm choosing that. I'm choosing extreme joy. Somebody in some communities they call it there's paranoia and then there's pronoia. And pronoia is when you think everything's gonna be good, regardless of stuff.
I have to laugh at that because you just gave a diagnosis of where I am at emotionally and mentally right now.
Yeah, you guys have pronoia right now. Pronoia. World War III just started. I gotta have pronoia. Oh my God. I guess it didn't just start, but sorry, I don't want to talk about it.
It's all right. No, I'm just sitting with it. Oh, thank you for that. Honestly, that felt good. That reflection, that mirror, you putting that up. I appreciate that.
Yeah. Hey, you're welcome. I'm trying to. I don't always say this kind of stuff because I kind of avoid it in my real life. I should talk more.
You should.
I should start my own show so I can talk more normally, and people will be like, "Wow, Bill's not a complete dumbass."
You really are.
You know what? No, I'm not. I was really smart, and then I chose to be dumb. I'm trying to work that into my stand-up because I think that I've been doing it. I just recite all my jokes for some reason when I'm talking about stand-up, which I don't know if that's a good way to do it, but I've been doing a joke now where I say somebody was talking to me and they told me like, oh, when I was 7, like they caught or like they diagnosed me with autism, and I was like, oh, that's crazy because like when I was 7, like they couldn't catch my ass. Hell yeah, hell yeah. My dad, they wanted me to they told my dad, they were like, oh, do you want to like, Bill kind of is weird socially. We kind of want to look at them. We want to see what's going on there. And my dad was like, hell no, my son's normal. He's not going to do that shit. So they never caught me. They never caught me with any social disorders when they needed to. And I'm so thankful for that. I'm so thankful for my dad for not letting them catch me. I think if I had been examined at that age, I would be like, I think it would have stunted my development as a comedian.
No one ever tried to
know I was autistic.
No one ever tried to medicate you when you were younger, did they?
No, but there also was I'm thinking about, there was another time when I was like in first grade where I was in like a speech therapy class for a lisp. And this is the second half of the joke, is that my dad also took me out of that class because he wanted me to seem gay. He He didn't want a thought daughter. He wanted a gay son. Too bad, Dad. I'm straight as hell now. I've only kissed one guy, so it doesn't count. If it doesn't count for girls, it doesn't count for me. This is just my set right now. I'm just doing my set. I'm sorry.
I don't mind. I like it. Do it. Have fun. This is your moment.
I love that joke. That joke does good. And then I say, if girls can kiss one girl, if girls can kiss girls and they're not bi, I can do it. And then I followed it up at my show, where I said like, I'm just kidding. I was bi for sure. I used to be bi, but then you get to now I've made a choice and I'm not anymore. Now I'm straight as hell. But I can't do that joke anymore because I did that joke on Saturday, and then the guy was like actually hitting on me, and I was like, I don't like this. Like, I gotta get out of here. He kept trying to really be like, come on, don't you like kiss guys sometimes? And I was like, I really don't. I really never kiss guys. I've only kissed one guy. Like, I'm being serious. I don't think he listened to me. I think he heard that I had kissed a guy, and his mind stopped listening to my set after that, and he was just thinking about kissing me. Which I'm also, I'm also gonna say that on stage now Wednesday, but I can't tell that joke any. I have to stop telling this joke because guys are gonna keep trying to kiss me, and I might slip up, and I can't say I'm straight anymore. I'm just kidding. It would be fine if I kissed a guy. I just, it's not my goals. It's not my goals right now. I like how we pivoted so hard. I was saying something smart and profound, and now I'm doing this.
Just letting the energy flow. Just letting it flow.
Yeah. I don't know. I gotta save this set. I guess I shouldn't be doing my set. People gotta come out to see it. I burn jokes so fast, though. I burn jokes like nonstop. I'm always doing new jokes. I don't really build a set list. I just kind of burn jokes. I do build a set. I have a set list and all those kind of things. A lot of people think when I do stand up, I'm not prepared also, which is like a problem I've had forever. Is that people think like I'm so good at appearing off the cuff that I've always had that issue of people coming up and like, did you riff all that? I'm like, no, no, I'm good at convincing you I did. That's the job, I feel like, to me. Is making it feel like, this is the first time I've ever taught this and you're here for it. I guess that's how I can present them in interviews. Is I just tell the joke as if I'm just thinking of it in the moment. I don't have to say this is a joke I do. I'm doing a good podcast. I'm doing my friend's podcast next week. The Joe Code, Joe Marisi. He's a Comedy Store regular, so I'm going to be doing that one too.
Congratulations!
I'm kicking off my new lifestyle. Yeah, I did a lot of stand up in Ireland when I was shooting Going Dutch too. That's what made me remember that I love stand up. Well, I remember that I love stand up every Wednesday, but then I forget every Thursday through Tuesday. Back before then, when I was doing my Wednesday show. I've been doing shows only on Wednesdays for a long time now. I used to do stand up outside of Meltdown with Howard Kramer.
I like you're not over diluting yourself, too much travel, too much cross country.
No, unless I was like making enough money to like completely cover it, I would never do that. There's no point. I don't believe in that anymore, especially with the internet. It's just like there's no point in travel. Before you had to travel because that was the only way to like test if you were funny in a broad way. And now there's almost no reason unless you're making like a significant income from it, in my opinion. I think that, I think even coming to LA or something is dumb. Like if all you want to do is like be a comedian and do stand up or even acting, it's like, just do it wherever you are. Just do it. Just get famous in your town. It's easier. Get famous in your hometown. That's where you should do it. There's less people. Don't move to LA. It's a disadvantage here. Growing up in LA did not help my development as a stand-up or a comedian at all. It only hurt it. In the sense of actual skill level, not career-wise. I guess career-wise, if you're 18 and you're in LA, it is a lot more helpful. But if you're moving out after college, just stay where you're at for a little bit and try to get famous online first. I think that's bigger.
If your career had a theme song that played every time you walked into a room, what genre would it be and what instrument would lead?
Right now I want it to be right now the song, this isn't the overall of my career, but right now I want to walk out to Hell Yeah Fucking Right by Drake and Lil Wayne. You know that song?
I don't.
Well, I already said that my new stand-up things, I say hell yeah all the time, and that song is just like, is just great. Is just Lil Wayne going? Is the chorus is just him going hell yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah, fucking right, all right, and I'm like hell yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah, fucking right, fucking right, and that's the whole chorus. And I want that to be my theme song right now.
I literally just saw you in a film. Picture this. You're walking out, getting ready to go to the UFC stage. This big, huge guy in there, 3 to 4 times larger than you. That's your walkout song at an official UFC event in one of your famous films.
That'd be sick. I would love to be like a fighter. That'd be so cool. I want to switch over to those kinds of things where I'm like stronger.
That's what you just activated in my head. That's what I just saw, what I just took away from that.
Yeah, I've kind of been in a growing pains point for booking this year because I want to do that. I want to be strong. I want to be seen as like a strong guy. That's a new thing for me. I got frame checked. Somebody tried to Jester mock me the other day. Anyway, I won't bring that up. Let's talk about movies.
Okay.
I want to be Aquaman. I want to be Aquaman in the James Gunn universe. That's my dream role in the James Gunn universe, is that he once Jason Momoa is done, once they're done with that version of the franchise, they turn to me and they go, Bill, we want to do funny Aquaman. And I go, I'm ready. Next is funny Aquaman. No shade to James Wan. James Wan's cool. James Wan tried to put me in Malignant, but he had to cut the scene. I don't know why, but it's not in Malignant. Because I was in Annabelle Comes Home. They almost wrote a whole... I don't think this is... I think I'm allowed to talk about this. They almost wrote a whole Annabelle movie about me. They almost wrote a whole... Like, they joked... I don't think they almost wrote it, but they joked about writing me my own Conjuring Universe movie. When I was in the Annabelle Comes Home. Because I played the pizza guy in that. And during testing, like... I tested like really high for that part. Like I tested incredibly high, and USA Today like reached out to us because I tested so high for that part. And I did an interview with USA Today, and like they were joking like in the end credits sequence they were gonna tease that like I was getting chased by like the werewolf that's in that movie, and they were joking like, oh, we were gonna like write a whole movie about like your character like being a pizza guy who's like running from this werewolf. I wish they'd done it. They should have done it for real. Maybe they will. They won't. I wish they would, though. I don't look the same anymore. I could wear a wig.
Yeah, you can. Prosthetics,
I can wear a wig. Yeah, to look the same. To look more chubby in the face. Not that I was ever chubby in the face, but I definitely am leaner in the face now. Sorry. Anyway, I Jester mogged this guy hard this weekend. You know about mogging? You heard about this?
No. Mogging? Am I going to have to Google it?
Yeah, mogging's been around for a while, but now it's acting in the zeitgeist, so you can talk about it in public a little bit now.
Okay.
But mogging is when you like, mogging is traditionally just about like looking better than somebody, but it's kind of been extended to like dominating people in other categories. Like, that's why I say I Jester mogged him. Because he came up to me when I was talking to somebody that he was with, some girl, and he tried to status check me where he's like, what's up? Who are you? And like, I was like just really calm. I was like, oh yeah, I'm Bill. I'm doing like stand up tonight. And he was like, oh yeah, like what are you gonna say up there? And I just was like jokes, and he immediately like deflated. Like his whole persona that he was putting on just like collapsed because it was so nonchalant. Like he was trying to frame test. He was trying to test me. He was trying to like give me shit to like test my character, you know. Mm-hmm. And he couldn't pass. He couldn't crumble me. I'm 160 pounds of man, you know. I'm uncrumbleable. That's. I like this extreme pivot that 3 weeks ago I was still like I need to be non-binary, and now 3 weeks later I'm like I'm 160 pounds of man. That's like a new tick for me of saying I'm 160 pounds of man.
Yeah, but how tall are you?
I'm 6. People, dude, this is what's also crazy is I've always been like, oh, I'm 6'1", and then the other day at Cavahana, like I was just hanging out there, like the bar I do my show at, And they were like, Bill, you're like 6'3". And I was like, what? I don't think I'm 6'3", but I'm giving off 6'3" now. No, I'm giving 6'3".
So 160 pounds for your height would be considered healthy. It'd be good, right?
Oh, yeah. I just say that because I think it's funny. I said I'm strong. I'm like 160 pounds a man. I'm probably a little more now. I'm not. I only do dumbbells. I don't go to the gym. I read online, though, that dumbbells aren't enough. I got to start going to the gym. Anyway, he tried to do a joke off with me, this guy. He tried to jester mog me. He started being like, okay, then let's play 185 blanks. Walk into a bar. Do you know that short form game?
Okay.
So it's like a short form game where you say 185 blanks, walk into a bar. Bartender says, we don't serve blanks here. And the blanks say nothing. But they say the punchline, like, oh, blank. But so he tried to do it with Sky. And we did some Sky jokes. Those weren't that funny, but I mogged his ass. He was like defeated as hell.
I did Google.
It was an epic night for me.
Not to backpedal, but I Googled mogging. A completely outclass or outperform someone. Usually it looks, but also so it means to do it when it comes to looks, style, and skill and status. Mogging.
Yeah.
Why not just say I'm going to outperform you? Why does it have to have a word with it?
I don't know, just because it's like easier to describe. Like it's easier to describe just to say jester mogged. Like this guy tried to mog me, and he couldn't mog me.
Well, thank you for teaching me something. I like the old way of saying if I'm going to do something, I'm just going to say I'm going to outperform you.
Yeah. He tried to outperform me. He tried to status check me. He tried to frame test me because I was talking to somebody he liked, I think.
Oh, well. Not your fault for being fabulous.
Yeah, he'll never hear this podcast or radio show. He'll never hear this, but I'll always remember the day after I jester mogged him. That was like my highlight. I'm just kidding. It wasn't my highlight. I just think it's funny. It was a good night. That was a good set. I got the tape of that set. I'll post it. I gotta post it, even though I'm burning jokes if I post it. Somebody recently told me, she was like, I just post all my sets on YouTube. And I was like, maybe I should do that because all of them are a little different anyway. And it's not like I can't delete them after like a week or whatever. You know, nobody's going to watch them all. Or somebody might watch them all, and that's good.
Oh, media will. When someone wants to dig, they're going to look into, oh, yeah.
Oh, God.
You never know, Bill. You never know.
I gotta post more.
It's usually someone like you when you least expect it. Someone like you can take off in a good way, or someone can try to make controversy out of you. But either way, you're going to be fine. I'm not worried for you. You're one of those untouchable. You're a rare human being, and I mean that seriously.
That's cool.
I knew when I connected with you that you were going to be somebody worth knowing.
Hey, thanks. Hopefully I make it happen.
You will. You'll continue.
I can't stop. I don't know how to stop.
You're going to continue.
Stop if I could.
No, you're going to be mogging for a long time.
I'm going to keep mogging. I'm going to keep jester mogging. I love status. I've always loved thinking about status. I've always thought about status, like when I'm at a club or at a party or whatever. I always think about it. I'm almost too hyper aware of it. It's damaging. Yeah, I've always thought about it. I think it kept me from doing things sometimes because I think as an adult I became less confident because I was too worried about that stuff. But now I'm me again. I'm the closest I've been to the high school version of me in years right now at 32, which is good. Now I don't have to think about all that being trans stuff. I'm sorry.
You probably had been awesome in high school.
I was sick in high school. High school was fucking sick. I loved high school. If me and my friends had put stuff online, it could have stopped my whole career because I would have become an internet person. Thank God that didn't happen. We were making like full podcasts that we were too afraid to put online. That was just me like doing a character for like 30 minutes to an hour. That was just like the most obscene thing ever. That's all I used to love was like deep, like heavy obscenity that would offend like everybody. like sexual obscenity, sexual and psychopathic obscenity. It's like the funniest to me. That's what I was watching in comic at the store last night. He's just like, he's always just saying like, it's Don Barris. He's like the Don of the store. He's like Jimmy Kimmel's warm-up guy, and he's just like that stuff makes me laugh so hard. So just be like, he just does horrible things that can't be repeated on air, you know. And they're so funny to me. It's like the funniest thing. Is the unspeakable things are funny. And comedians, you know, they have a special brain for that. They have, I think it's a disorder. I remember reading about it one time. That it's like we don't have the sensitivity to dark humor that everybody else does. You know, maybe one day I'll get the reputation of the polar reputation of how Bob Saget was like the family man, but then on stage he was like a dirty dog, a filthy dog. That's my dream. I want people to know I'm a disgusting pervert in the sheets and a gentle giant in the streets. That's the most insane thing I've ever said. Gentle giant in the streets and perverted freak in the sheets is insane.
You're coming up with material.
I'm going to use that. Gentle giant in the streets is insane. But that is who I am. Like I think that's who I am. For sure. Because I'm trying to hook up this year. That's my goal. I'm not getting into a relationship this year. Mark my words. If you see me in a relationship, if you see me posting my boo, call me out. You know what I'm saying? Remind me of who I am. I'm going to break it off. You know, I'm not for that anymore. I'm done with that. Last time I dated somebody, they love bombed me, and I'm done now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Was it the same?
I don't blame her though.
Was it the girlfriend you had when we first chatted?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And she's awesome. I think she's a great person. I just think that I think a lot of people kind of do that, where they're just super excited in the beginning and they promise too much and whatever. And then you realize who the other person is and you don't want to be with them anymore. And you know what? For the best for me, because I've been dating. You know what I'm talking about? I've been dating. I've been having fun. Good. I like dating.
Well, you
get
are
more stories.
You're the gentle giant in the streets.
I don't know if I should say perverted freak in the sheets. I'm not that perverted. I'm pretty tame. I'm pretty pretty tame.
Well,
I like I like looking somebody in the eyes. You know,
no one's seen you dry hump yet.
No, some people have, but not publicly. You know what I mean? I haven't filmed it for the public yet. That'll be my OnlyFans. Dry humping only. Dry humping OnlyFans.
I like that.
I think there's a market for that.
Oh, come on. Dirty socks, dirty underwear, feet, God only knows whatever else. Absolutely. Absolutely.
There's a dry humping market.
You'll find a market.
Dry humping market.
Guarantee you there is. Guaranteed.
Yeah. If everything goes south, this is such an insane thing. I always thought, if everything goes south, I'll make a sitcom that's also a porn. Where it's like the normal sitcom, but then you see Seinfeld have sex. For real. I shouldn't say that publicly because I don't want somebody to steal that. That's my backup plan. That's my golden parachute. my golden parachute is I make a porn sitcom. But I'm not always the one having, I'm like walking out of the room. I won't explain it too much. This is proprietary information.
Yeah, don't give away too much. Come on now.
I can't leak it. They don't know the vision.
There.
They don't have the vision. I remember. You remember that movie Nymphomaniac that like Shia LaBeouf and other people were in?
Okay.
I just always thought that. Like I was like, I tried to do a joke about it. I tried to do a joke song about it and didn't go viral. Where I was like, I wish that in The Notebook I got to watch them have sex. Like I wish that in The Notebook there was a part where like you watch Rachel McAdams and Ryan Gosling like literally have sex on camera. Like that would make the movie better. And I still think that would make the movie better. Then everybody would like it. We're approaching that. We're approaching that reality. I think. I'm going to be the producer for that vision.
Bring it to life.
A AAA film with porn scenes. Optional porn scenes. Anyway, sorry. I don't say sorry anymore. That's what I'm supposed to say. When I say sorry, I'm supposed to say fuck you. That's my joke on stage. I'm not supposed to say sorry. Actually, it doesn't work in conversation if I was just saying fuck you to you every time I wanted to say sorry. It works better on stage. People like being chastised. I think we all had at least one parent or adult figure in our life who, put us down a little bit. So we still all have a little soft spot for being made fun of or talked meanly to. Maybe not everybody, but enough of us. Enough of us like being treated poorly that it's funny. So I'm addicted to this stuff. I'm not a roaster though. I've never been a roaster. I don't roast people. Maybe this year is the year I roast somebody. Who knows? I'm trying to think. I got other stuff going on.
Well, my friend, we've got to have you back on.
Sure.
We've covered a lot. Mr. Gentle Giant in the streets. We've got to close out and talk about where do you want people to go to watch Going Dutch? Bring us up to speed.
So Going Dutch is on Hulu. I'm on some of those episodes. The final season, there's still 6 more episodes. I'm in 3 more, I think. So I'm in half the episodes coming out still. If you go to my YouTube, I have 2 stand-up specials on there from different eras. One from 12 years ago and one from 7 years ago. So nothing too recent. I need to make a new one probably. I'm going to make a new one. I think that's probably my goal right now. I'm going to make a new one. And then I guess just like my Instagram, you can follow it and see what I'm doing. I used to say TikTok, but TikTok's kind of dead. And following on people on TikTok is kind of pointless anyway. So just follow me on Instagram if you want to see more.
Mr. Bill Kottkamp, everyone. BILLKOTTKAMP on Instagram. Bill, any closing thoughts? Anything you want to leave us with?
Hey, just focus on the fun. Be in your bag. Just be a little selfish this year. Everything's hard, so be a little more selfish.
And it's okay to be.
This is only for people who aren't already selfish. You know what I mean? If you're already selfish, maybe be less selfish. But if you're not selfish, be more selfish.
Bill, I appreciate you, my friend. Thank you for this opportunity.
I appreciate you. Yeah, for sure.
Timing has been perfect. Thank you to everyone who's joined us today on Live on Air with Stephen Cuoco on Power 98.5 Satellite Radio and Biz Talk Radio. Actor, comedian, star of Going Dutch, Mr. Bill Kottkamp. Enjoy, be a little bit of selfish, as Bill said. Live well, love well, and most importantly, be authentically you. Have a great day, everyone.
Friend us on your socials and let's connect.